Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
What's up, beautiful people of the world? I'm in sunny Spokane, Washington. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. My name is ExZac Change, and I'm happy to be here with my guest today, Nick Lewis.
What's up, fam?
Yo, Nick is the part owner of Kingsley Scout, entrepreneur, creative, and all-around awesome fucking dude. Good to have you here, dude.
Oh, it's all my pleasure, man. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. I don't know if all of it's true, but I guess that's for your audience to judge for themselves.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful day, man. Where are we at? What are we doing today?
We're down here at the Saranac Public House. We got exclusive access. You literally have people walking by and they're like, dude, what, you got beers? There's like baseball going on in there?
Big shout out to the Saranac. They got this mac and cheese. And also for you weirdos, they got this vegan mac and cheese. Both fire. If you've never been here, you're crazy.
So it's just like vegan cheese?
They're homies, man. And you know how small business is, man. Homie supports homie. And they're good people, man.
Definitely fucking cool people, dude. I haven't met anybody that's not
I mean, they didn't
overly
even,
cool
they
here.
didn't even blink when we asked if we could come here today. Like, not even a
No,
blink.
and then, you know, the girl that's helping us out, she just showed
Amazing.
up and, you know.
Above and beyond.
Really want to. And right now is Hoopfest. It's Hoopfest weekend. You'll probably see people passing by right over here, a few 100 yards away or so, 50 yards away. You got people playing 3-on-3 already. So
Hooptown, USA for 3 days.
What is Hooptown? Is that a...
Hooptown is what Spokane is dubbed while the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament takes place on its downtown streets.
Okay. Dope, dude. Well, man, I'm really interested in just your whole story and how you became from fucking top salesman and fucking people person to breaking off and starting your own business, dude, which I'm fucking super into. And we got cool fucking glasses.
Oh, yeah. My gift to you, bro.
Woo.
I brought those for you to have.
Oh, yeah, we can cheers them, actually.
Shameless plug / free gift. If you can work those together.
That's the best
win-win.
plug, dude.
Yeah,
is when
right.
it's a free gift.
It's a sneaky plug. As my kid would say, weird flex, but okay.
But okay. All right. So, yeah, just tell me a little bit about...
a lot of my story's boring, man. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't really like talking about like specific companies I work for and stuff, but I will reference them.
Bring this a little closer. You're gonna need that.
I don't like to reference like specific companies I work for, but you know, I'll touch upon them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, most of my 20s, man, I pissed away. Like, we can like skip a lot of that. Like, I
Me
mean,
too, bro.
Like,
that's trial and error right there, bro.
I thought that, you know, alcohol and women, and I thought those were the important things in life. A lot of that stuff, man, is what it is, man. It shaped me, but it's, you know, there's not a lot of highlights.
So did you, like, in your 20s, were you really, like, a people person? You were kind of in jobs that were...
My 20s, yes. I was in high school. Like, there's some good stuff in high school, like, that we can go over. Like, I wasn't real social in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was, you know, wanted to do art, and I wanted to listen to music, and I wanted to skateboard.
Yeah.
But this is 1995, bro.
Wow.
So you got to remember, it was a different time. Like, you're like, oh, that's, you know, it is what it is. But back then, nobody, like, skateboarding, you know, was cool to a select few. The music scene was, like, I think we'll touch on this later, but, like, it was just a different time as far as accessibility of music goes, and I think that's a big change. So we kept to ourselves, man. We had, you know, we didn't not get along with people. Like, it was normal cliquey high school stuff, but I wanted to listen to Tool, and I wanted to skate, and I wanted to draw and paint.
Yeah.
And I had long hair, and I wore hippie clothes.
Yeah, long hair, huh?
I never talked to a girl. Like, I didn't go to a school dance. I didn't even really kiss a girl in high school, bro. Like, it wasn't really on my radar at the time.
Wow, sounds like
it
me.
wasn't until I got, you know, some self-confidence later in life.
When he grew the fucking beard and then all the confidence came.
Well, funny you bring the beard up. There's two sets of people that know me in my life. There's I guess I call it pre and post KNS, where like before Kingsley Scout started, I never really had a beard in my life. I wore a suit every day. I was clean cut, and there's that people. And then they see me with a beard, they're like, who is this guy? And then there's guys like you that I know post KNS that
Without a beard, it's
they're
like
what? Yeah, like I don't know, like it's just so it's funny. So like there's it's cool, man. It's almost like a rebirth in my life, and like I don't know, the beard, I'm not married to it, man. It's just been a thing for a couple years. In fact, I've thought about getting rid of it. The one thing that bugs me about a beard is that people use it to describe me. Like,
Guy with the
it's that
beard.
guy with the beard. And I'm like, well, I want to take that away from him. Like, I want to make you use a different adjective to describe me. Like, father.
Something deeper.
Or,
Something...
businessman or,
Yeah.
photographer. It's like something other than the beard,
Guy
right?
with the beard.
Fuck that.
Dude, you can't unsee a beard too, dude. If you didn't have a beard all of a sudden, I'd be like, whoa, dude.
There's also two different kind of beard guys. Like, there's the guys that have a beard just because they like it, and like for me, like I think it shapes my face better. Like I've got reasons to use it. And then there's the beard guys that just have it because they think it's what people should have right now. And those are the guys that like you're walking down the street and they're like, think you're bros because you got a beard. And I'm like, dude, like I'm not married to the beard. Like it's facial hair. Like
you're one of us.
I don't put any of my worth on it, and so that's why I don't want other people putting worth into it. Like it's stuff. Dude.
See,
It
to
don't
me,
mean
I put a
shit.
lot of value in a beard because I can't grow one.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm like, how do you
man.
fucking do that mystical shit, bro?
That's why the joke I always tell people is, they're like, how do you do a beard? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's the product of laziness. Like, I do a lot less than you do, bro. Like, I just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes.
Mine will
You know,
literally just be pubic hairs on my face. If I just let it go, it'll
Yeah.
just not look.
Well,
It'll never look that good.
trust me, there's days that I don't want this fucking thing, man. Like,
Is
it's
it
so
itchy?
annoying.
Just gets it's there.
No, not after you learn. Like, no. Like, when you're growing it, yeah, there can be some rough times, but it's, it is what it is. Like, what's annoying is, like, when I want to watch, like, some TV at night in my bed with my shirt off, and I have to put a pillow, like, wedged underneath my chin because it itches my chest.
Really?
Yeah, like, it's not real long
Just
right
little
now.
shit that
But,
bothers
like,
you.
think about it like this, you're like, shit fucking bugs you, dude. And when
Yeah.
you wake up, it's just mashed, dude. Looks like, I don't know,
You know how
man.
someone gets like bed head? You get fucking beard.
Oh yeah,
Beard
like,
bed?
If you
Bed
have
beard?
a beard of any sort of significance, you are committing to showering every single day, because otherwise you just got like this. Look like you've been in a hurricane, bro.
It's
like
all
it's
one
just,
angle.
yeah, man. It's like swooped way over. I'm trying to paint the picture over
So
audio, but
is there a lot of maintenance? Is there like
No,
beard
man.
oils and
no, man. I wash it once a week, just like my hair, man, and then I comb it out when I get out of the shower, man. That's it. Rock and roll.
I see the dudes with the oils and they got
Yeah,
the
man.
fucking little they got dude. Well,
That's some like ShamWow shit. Like, you guys suck it, bro.
yeah. Well, dude, you got these deeper people go deep into everything in life,
I
including
know.
beards.
You just all this conversation just makes me want to shave it off more. All of it.
Like who was on your podcast, dude? I
I'm
never
that
saw
guy.
that guy again. Who
Yeah.
was that?
Some guy with a beard.
So high school, listening to
high
music,
school.
and music was cool back then because, like you said, it wasn't as accessible. It was something that
It
like,
wasn't.
if you had that record or you had that tape or you had that CD. Remember the books of CDs?
Oh yeah. It was your Bible.
dude. Yeah, it was your Bible, dude. You
Yeah.
pull that out.
So we kept all the originals at home under lock and key, and then we burnt all of them. So our book was all burnt.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if you got jacked or you got your shit stolen or you lost it,
Wow, that's smart.
then you got all your backups still. We even printed the labels, like the actual cover art
And
labels.
so you
and put
had
it
them in there?
on. Yeah, so we not only had the sleeves reprinted, but we also did the stickies actually went on the CD. So it was super like piss poor like print quality, but it was better than writing on it with Sharpie.
Yeah, that's true. I remember the burnt CDs, man. Like when
we rolled up, you knew how serious we were about music as soon as we opened that case. Plus, you had never heard of anything that was in there.
that's the beauty.
Like, that is the beauty. Like, we didn't buy our music in Spokane. Like, there was nowhere to buy music. There was Hastings, which you went and you flipped through the CDs. Like, you could get like major, quote unquote underground titles there, but like you ain't getting the good shit. Like,
Dude, Hastings was always a dope staple for having.
it was the best we had.
And you had like local artists that would like get in there too, like at
Oh yeah,
Hastings.
Hastings was always good about supporting the local scene. I felt like I always liked going there, and remember they had the employee picks.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
dude, they
like-
did unique shit that
Yeah, I
was
liked that.
cool.
I was like, all right, I fuck with this guy. Like I fuck with that. But we used to get up, Saturday morning, and we used to drive. Me and the homie Buck and my buddy Mikey, and like we used to drive. This is in the late '90s. We used to drive to Seattle, Tower Records, or like, because it was the only way to get anything, And we had the bug. It's just like music like that's odd to me because you love it and you want the people to succeed, but at the same time you don't want anybody else listening to it.
Yeah, and you want to be. I just think that there's something special about having to put all that work in to like drive to Seattle
yeah.
to get to Tower Records. Now it's just
But it was strictly like, it was not for clout back then. Like, it was strictly for the love of the music. And you listen to every song on that CD 15 times because you spent good money. We used to buy albums over there, like that we'd never even heard of, based on what record label it would be, or like just a feature, or anything. And so we didn't have a lot of money. I worked part-time at a bike shop. Most of the homies didn't even have jobs, man. They were saving up
were
allowance.
like fucking $15.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plus, we're putting up gas money to get over there, like eating, like we're punk teenage
It just meant
kids,
more
man.
though. You drove over there, you made a trip, you picked up you had them when you had them in your hand, and you're putting them in the fucking CD player, bro. It just meant so much more.
Looking back on it now, man, those were the people we looked up to. Those were the people we wanted to be. Even though we didn't make music, we just I don't know. We loved it. We loved everything about the underground hip hop culture at the time. That's really what we were going over there buying. We weren't going over there buying fucking rock or metal or like punk or anything else that was popular back then. We were going over strictly to buy hip hop. That's all we bought.
So what did you start on as far as like underground hip hop? Who were some of the first artists that you were listening to back then?
I guess everybody has like that one album, right? Like that sets off their love for music or like makes you think about it a different way. For me, it was Company Flow, an album called Fun Crusher Plus.
Wow.
A New York-based group. A lot of people know one of the front runners now, 20 years later from when that album came out. I think actually it might have just got like its 25th anniversary release. I have to look into that. Anyways, LP from Run the Jewels fame, Killer Mike fame. That's his group.
So that was LP's group?
Yeah, that was LP's first group before he started. And so that really influenced our course because LP went and started Def Jux, and if you were on that label, like we fucked with you, like you were good, like we loved you, like no matter, even if we heard it yet or not, like if LP thinks you're good enough, then we think you're good enough. We looked up to LP because he was different. He produced everything, like he still does to this day for Run the Jewels. And for me, like I just like that well-rounded musician. It's like
not just
you're double the artist, man. And how else can you put music out that's you if you not making it?
No, it's like 100% you. At
100%.
But then he's valid. I mean, it's like like you said, if you like him, you're gonna like the people that he's selecting.
Oh yeah.
To be on this label or on this record. Dude, that's fucking cool, man. So you're a young chap fucking skating around, taking trips to Seattle, fucking bumping fucking CDs. I think it's cool that you just had the originals back at home, like you were just protecting these fucking rare gems. Did you save any of those like original records that you bought back then?
I have a handful of them. I mean, like Fun Crusher Plus, the album we were just talking about, like I had that on tape, bro.
Wow.
That's how old I am.
That's when you got it? You got it on tape?
I got it on tape. Which that I do not have. That would be a crown jewel of anybody's collection at this point. That's a tough one to find, man. Like they never got big, like even now people still don't even know what it is. So the fact that we had an original pressing on cassette, like that was the only way. I mean, we had Walkmans too, but
was there a tape player in the car? Like when you're driving back, did you get to listen to it, or did you have to fucking wait, or what?
Yeah. Usually we'd listen to it on the way back.
Yeah, it's
For
like
sure.
you got to have that.
sure.
Tapes, man. That was like
And we
right
went and saw a
before
lot of
me.
shows, man. We were going to Seattle. Like we tried to piggyback off a show, man. Like all these guys toured, so but they didn't. No way. Just like now, like no one comes here.
Yeah.
So
You'd have to go
we
to
had to go
Seattle.
there, or we go to Missoula. We went to Missoula all the
Oh, I
time, man.
fucking love Missoula, dude. I
All
love
the time.
Montana.
All the time. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful out there.
Big sky country.
So from becoming a skateboarder,
Okay.
music junkie to
So
kind of
work this into some work stuff. So to go back, the other thing I did a lot of that kept me out of trouble as a youth was I rode a bike, and I worked at a bike shop. I was a
Mhm.
mechanic and a salesman all through high school. So
Really?
like 96 to
Bike
99.
mechanic.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I started learning how to cut my teeth in the sales world and the retail world.
Okay.
I just liked it, man. Like all we did was ride bikes, man. We raced mountain bikes, we dirt jump BMX bikes. It was all we did in morning, noon, and night. Mostly me and my homie Brian Flagg. Him and I, we were so into it that we would go on mountain bike rides before school. His older sister had a house across from our high school, and so we'd go on a mountain bike ride up in what they call Minnehaha and shit now. We'd go riding up there, and we went to West Valley in the valley, and then we'd ride to school. We'd lock our bikes inside because we had nice bikes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'd go to school. We'd get off school. We go ride again. Like, that's all we did.
Dude, there's something fucking really cool about like when you had to endure a whole day of school and then you're just like, dude, we're about to go fucking ride after this, dude.
We loved that. Also, his thing that was going on in high school at that house is we spent our lunch breaks there. So like we could put shit in the fridge to make like TV dinners and shit.
Just
And
have shit ready?
And all we did was play NHL '98. I remember this shit like vaguely, and it was always he would pick the Blackhawks, I would pick the Penguins. It was Roenick versus he was the Red Wings.
What is this, PlayStation 1?
Yeah, PS1.
Oh, dude.
I think right 98.
Yeah,
PS1?
98.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian always had, a little bit more money than my family, so I always had to rely on him for all the gadgets and shit. Like, well, I was rocking the cassette the Walkman, he had the CD, but it wasn't until later until I got introduced.
So you had a
to the
place that
4Cs.
you could go at lunch, like someone's house that you could just fucking cruise to real quick?
Well, back then it was open campus lunch if you were like an upperclassman, so junior or senior. So we actually had a Albertsons a couple blocks from our school, so you were fine. You could bounce. You go like your free period. You could go to Albertsons. You go wherever the hell you wanted to. We just loved having this private place. Like I said, we didn't have like Brian was a lot more popular than I was. I just kind of stayed back in the woodwork, and like we had the bike thing going on, and but so I was fine with going over and being by myself at lunchtime. So
Yeah, it was kind of like, fuck, man, when I was in high school, if I left to go somewhere at lunch, I was not coming back, dude.
see, we weren't skipping school. We weren't drinking at this point. No weed, no anything. Like we were good kids, really. And I think that like just the healthiness of our lifestyle and riding a lot and skating a lot, like we just didn't really have we didn't really have any reason to get into any sort of party lifestyle yet.
It kept you busy.
It kept us busy, and just not being popular as much. Like I wasn't getting invited to parties for sure. Like I wasn't going to cool kid parties, bro.
Not even fucking worried about it, dude.
Like,
I want to skate. I want to fucking listen
like
to music.
senior year, that changed a little bit. Like I started having some more homies and stuff, and I was always a guy that got along with everybody. Like bowling was different back then. There was a lot more bowling, I think, than there is now. Being smart, it wasn't cool back then, which it is now, which I love.
Well, the bullying was different back then. I feel like people are on that fucking passive-aggressive bullying now, like the internet bullying.
It was you could get away with physical bullying back then.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hazing was a thing.
People were getting shoved in lockers
Like,
and fucking.
teachers would talk about hazing. They'd be like, you're probably gonna get hazed, like. So yeah, so it was a different world. Like it was a different world, man. I got picked on.
Yeah, they're looking
sure.
at me. They're like, "You have red hair. Strap in, fella. Welcome
yeah.
to class,
Oh,
bitch."
yeah, dude. You and I, dude. Like the redhead thing for me wasn't so high school. Junior high, like it probably had some like lasting effects on my psyche for sure.
You see, it was opposite for me, dude. In high school or in junior high, I was good. I was kind of like a little ladies' man, and then high school, bro, I was like a low man on the totem pole again, and you were just fighting. You're just fighting for scraps, bro.
Yeah.
Fighting for respect out here.
I went to a pretty small high school, like 900 people.
And that's in
total.
Spokane?
Yeah, West Valley. So, I think it helped going to a tight-knit high school because most of the people.
Yeah, a little
I
more.
think a lot of the bullying comes from the people you don't know. I don't know.
Kids have fucking.
That was a long time ago, man. I'll go to my next month. I go to my 20-year high school reunion.
You're gonna go to it?
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah, I need a date, by the way. If anybody's watching,
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that.
If you're fucking Nick's high school sweetheart back in the day,
There wasn't such a thing.
Okay. So how did you go from your younger life to kind of evolving to this person that you are right now? Business owner.
I feel like the big thing that kind of changed my perspective was having my son.
Okay.
That was like the first big major moment. It like shifted my perspective. It gave me like a reason. It gave me more of a purpose. Like all of a sudden, like, you know, if it's just me, like, sure, piss your life away, do whatever you want. Like now all of a sudden, if I do that, I'm selfish.
And how old is your son?
He's 12.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kingsley, bro. That's where the name comes from.
So that's where the name comes from.
Well,
Kingsley Scout.
Kingsley's his middle name.
Okay. That's a badass middle name.
It comes from the movie Life Aquatic. I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
I have seen it. Yeah. But I don't remember.
There's a scene where Bill Murray is talking to Owen Wilson, and he goes, "If you were my son, I would name you Kingsley."
Really?
And I was just looking for a dope name, and like I wanted something that was unique, but not like super weird or like I don't know. And also like when you're trying to figure out like your kid's name, you're like trying to go through like 6-year-old humor, like do things rhyme with it? Like is it gonna rhyme with wiener or something? You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to give no kids no reason.
Anything that
like
you
an
can get made fun
obvious
of
one.
for.
Like if you're gonna make fun of his name, like you're gonna get real creative, which your 8-year-old brain's not gonna figure out.
And if you are creative, then dude, more power to you.
Yeah.
So we actually collaborated on something recently. It's just kind of like
a week tomorrow we started the project, I guess.
Yep, and it was the first one. I think it would be cool to maybe show a clip.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like a
well,
little sneak peek.
they're not quite ready, but through the magic of movie making, I feel like we can probably have it ready by the time it airs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Let's show it.
We're taking a quick break.
Check it out.
All right,
The
check it
bar exam.
The bar exam, baby.
Is it enough bars yet?
Not enough.
It's never enough.
I don't think they're convinced yet.
Have we passed the exam?
They're looking at us like, I was okay, but we could do a
You
bit
better
more.
finish filling out your Scantron, buddy.
Okay, fine. All right, here it is. I've been a bit disconnected at the crib with the Netflix. Die hard with a vengeance, all about the Benjis. Cool G for a sentence, and on my name in the credit you call it. I don't really want to answer. So I keep stalling. Home alone, Macaulay Culkin. Now to fit the
Yeah, so this bar exam deal we got going on here. What is this all about?
I mean, the bar exam is just an idea that I had. You know, it doesn't really like do anything except for like give my friends and like local artists a place to be able to kind of show their craft and what they've been working on. So, I mean, I don't like giving away the movie with the trailer, so I'm gonna make you go to the YouTube and watch it. I still don't know exactly what that YouTube is gonna be called yet, but it'll be something called The Bar Exam. It'll be all over Instagram. Everybody will see it. There'll probably be a link in this podcast, I'm assuming. So there'll be a place to watch it. But I think it's a fun idea, and I mean, you guys just saw it, so if you liked what you saw, check it out. If you don't, then fuck you, man.
That's
Like, I don't
right.
give a shit.
That's
Like,
right.
I didn't make it for you. I made it for us.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
No offense.
We had fucking fun, dude. Like
It was
that was
fun,
a lot
man.
of fun.
It was stressful. Like, you know, it's the first time we do anything. We don't know what we're doing. I mean, we do and we
I think
don't.
it came out pretty good for not knowing what the fuck we're doing, dude.
Yeah, man. Like, I just want the focus to be on you guys, the artist. Being a fan, I just thought that your style and like the vision I had in my head, it just lent itself to it so well. And sometimes in the with projects, you're not sure how your talent's going to perform, whether it's a model or, you know, anything. So I really wanted for this first one, since we didn't know how it was going to go, I wanted somebody that I could trust, I knew would kill it. And so the first people I thought of was you two. So it was a blast. It was fun. Everybody had a good time.
Dude, I'm really eager.
I mean, you guys really like all this was one take. Like the first take, you guys crushed. We did extra ones just for fun, and we had a camera die on one. But like, it's just amazing to see you guys be able to get through 7 minutes of that shit without slipping.
Well, it's cool that it's just, you know, it was an organic thing, and I'm really excited to see like what it grows into. cool when you do something from the ground floor
Yeah,
and you get to watch
I guess I
it
give
grow.
you a little one more snippet. Like the whole idea of it, is it gives a place for people in town to come and show off their talent. But ideally, when artists come through in the future, whether it's a guy like Karma from the Tri-Cities or your man Greaves in Seattle,
Mhm.
or like they know that like the two things they got to do is come and be on your podcast and jump into the bar exam.
Yeah.
Like, what is that going to lead to? All of a sudden, you get national acts when they come through. Like, we're not trying to bite on some, Sway and Tech or like any sort of these big radio shows or anything like that. But, there's only so many ways you can do something like that, without it feeling redundant. So
Well, I
it's
think
just our little spin on, showcasing the music that we love. And, we love filming and we love making content and just putting art in the world. And so it checks all those boxes for us.
Well, I think that, just Spokane needs more cool shit, more outlets.
Yeah, well, someone's got to make that cool shit, right?
That's us.
So
We're right here. We're downtown. We're at
anybody,
Hoopfest.
man, that's what my store is about. It's meant to be a safe place for creatives. I don't give a shit if you sing or dance or shoot photos. Like, it's a safe spot for artists. Like, we're weird people. We're different, and there needs to be a safe spot where you can come and talk about f-stops or like phantom power or whatever your art is, man. Like, this is a place to gather and share and revel in the talent that's in our city that I feel like sometimes gets stepped on by our big brother to the west,
Yeah.
or just really our own self-doubt. Like, we're as good as anybody else in this country, and there's just as many talented people here, and it's just breaking out of that fear of putting yourself out there and taking a chance and being yourself. And so I know you get that, and the people we roll get that, and so
Well, I think that okay, I know you're a man of mystery in a lot of ways. So, if people want to come to Kingsley Scout and check it out, you really want people to come in and experience the whole thing. But you do have some pretty dope clothes, and you have other accessories and cool shit. And I was actually one thing I wanted to talk to you about on here, which is a little unrelated, but I was hanging out at Kingsley Scout and I was watching Twitch for the first time.
Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, and I know that you watch Twitch. You were telling me.
Let's talk about Twitch for a second.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What do you want to know about Twitch?
I want to know what kind of.
All right, so here, you've been trying to get stories. Here's the story. So, let's talk about how I got into Twitch. I got into Twitch because of my son. So, Niles is his first name. I don't know if you guys know that. Niles Kingsley. And, he's everything. He's why I wake up in the morning. And so, first of all, I think video games in general get a bad rap from parents. I think that parents don't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't understand something, you kind of just brush it off as not important.
Yeah.
But it's important to these kids. It's important. Like, it's the same reason like the stupid shit when we were growing up were important to us.
Yeah.
And so, if you brush it off thinking it's not important, then they're just going to play more.
Mhm.
Like, it builds that builds resentment.
And it just builds this like gap of communication where you're not relating with your kids.
It's not our job to force our kids into what they like. And that's what I see a lot of parents doing this stuff. Our job is to encourage whatever our kids are into, whatever their dreams are, whatever they like. That's our job as parents, not to mold them in an image of ourselves or an image of what we wish we could have been. You feel me?
Yeah, you need to really figure out what they're into and then get into it with them.
Correct. And another thing we'll touch on is to a point, like there's moderation to it.
Yeah.
Like,
They're kids.
Yeah.
You're smarter. We're way smarter
and
than
let's
they
be
are.
honest, man, like parents ain't any better at moderation either. So like,
Very true.
get off your high horse, stop, like, So
Yeah, it's like stop playing video games, Daniel. It's like stop fucking drinking, Dad. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, one way or another, or or working too much, or working out too much. Like, I see it all over the place. Anyways, so I started getting into Twitch because of my son. I quickly fell in love with it.
Like what exactly, for people who don't know what Twitch is?
Oh, okay. High level stuff. Twitch gets put into a mold of video games, but it's much more than that. Twitch as a whole gives everybody in the world their own live television show, basically free of charge. If you got the equipment to push it and stream it, anybody can have a TV show. So,
And it's live.
yes, that's the difference. So the other big caveat to that is, let's take YouTube, for example. YouTube, you record the content and you upload it and people watch it. This is the same thing, except for it's all just pushed live. You can still, after you create an account, put your what we call VODs, your video of the days, on there and get your ad revenue and all that stuff. But the main component of Twitch and the thing that makes it unique to any other streaming service really is the fact that it's live. And you generate revenue.
And so you like subscribe to it, and then like when somebody's like going live.
Well, you can watch anybody for free. So, I mean, if you got on Twitch right now, which is a free download on your phone, or you can do it on your desktop or whatever, you can watch probably 30,000 people across the world. Probably actually way more than that.
So what do you find yourself watching?
We're going down some nerd holes. here.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to go.
I watch.
What's Nick laying in bed at night after he's
Okay.
doing all of his hard work? What is he watching?
So I grew up a big fan of playing video games. I'm old, so it's more pre-console era.
Okay.
It's more like stand-up arcade stuff. So I grew up in a fighting game era. That was my thing. Like Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah.
I was my son's age 12 when the original Mortal Kombat came out. Like that was it for me. So I feel like that's also a way I can relate to my kid, is like, I know what it likes to see a big game when you're 12 and be in love with it and stuff. So
Yeah.
I played a lot of that. Like I got my $5 a week. Back then, video games were only a quarter. They didn't really start fucking you until like Mortal Kombat 2 came out and it was 50 cents per play. Like,
Remember when that extra quarter was such a big deal?
oh, well, it cut my allowance in half through it, and at $5 a week, man, like
Fuck,
that's
dude.
20 games,
Tell
bro.
that to any kid these days. $5 a week. They're like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
right.
this?
even in high school later in the late 90s, my minimum wage was, I remember making $5.10 an hour
Oof.
minimum wage.
And they still have that in Idaho.
I remember pulling home a paycheck working part-time that was like $130, and bro, in my high school I would ball out.
It was
they
$130,
Back
bro.
then, the kids weren't working a lot in high school, man. Like, not a lot of kids had jobs, and I worked every day, 5 days a week, man. I rode my bike from my high school to the bike shop I worked at, got in my 4 or 5 hours, and I went home. And then I worked all day Saturdays, like, because I loved to be there, because I loved riding bikes so much, so it didn't really matter. Anyways, back to Twitch.
Yeah. So
Right?
what games are you watching? You watching
Oh,
people just smash
so
through them, beat them?
That was my lead-in. So I grew up watching all this stuff. So, like, last night I watched Pro Street Fighter 5 now match. I love that stuff. I love some of the Grand Theft Auto roleplay stuff, which is a whole other podcast in itself.
Really?
I love speedruns, so I love watching these guys just dominate games that like I couldn't even get past halfway through when I was a
Dude,
kid.
yeah.
I love that stuff. I like the charity events, man. What I really like about Twitch is, for the first time ever, I don't have to give my money to big business. I don't have to give my fucking money to Comcast or Netflix. I can give my money to Joe fucking Blow in his basement with 2 kids running around upstairs who's just doing what he loves. He's playing an obscure game, trying to be the fastest in the world, and he does it because he loves it, and he's sharing it with the world, and I want to give my money to that guy.
Well,
I
and
don't-
it's entertaining to watch.
Oh.
I've seen like the Mario Brothers ones where they just
Oh.
fucking smash through them, dude. And they're
I
doing.
forget, like, we're treating this like no one's ever seen Twitch. So you can also talk to the people you're watching. There's full chat, and it's live. And so, like, I'll sit there, like, and I'll be watching some obscure game with some guy across this, across the country, and there's 40 people watching with me, and we just sit and chat all night about stupid shit, man. Like, I don't know, it's interactive. I think it's the future. Kids now, like we grew up, we wanted to be an actor and actress, or we wanted to be even more like a pro basketball player or football player.
There's such a big gap.
But kids don't want to do that anymore. Kids want to be streamers now. Kids want to be content creators. Like, being like a pro athlete's not even on their radar. I don't know if they feel like it's unattainable, or maybe that being a streamer is more attainable, or what, but like, I don't know, how much longer pro sports are going to live what they are. Like,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is moving from, like you were saying, ABC, NBC, local new, like all this kind of stuff.
I
is
watched the
being handled
Democratic
on a,
debates the other night, 2 nights ago, and it was on YouTube, and there was 500,000 people watching on YouTube live. And you go to that instead of you go to,
yeah,
one of
YouTube's
these
become an animal, dude.
246,
Becoming
Yeah.
a fucking animal.
which, I'm torn. Like part of me embraces, technology and going forward, and that this is the better business model. But part of me also knows that, certain companies or one company or any company shouldn't have, too much power or monopoly on something.
So tell me about how much you hate Amazon.
I don't really talk a lot about this publicly. Like, this is kind of one of my more mysterious things of poking the bear. I will tell you that I've been shopping around this business model of mine that I made for a while that is poking the bear a little bit. I really, I think Amazon has potential, and I know, like, don't, like, get into my DMs about, like, Amazon owns Twitch. I get that. Like,
They do?
yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
so, to Amazon's credit, it's the first time I've seen Amazon and small business work really well together in that regard. And, it's like, it's a different arena. And, Twitch gets their cut, and they're making a lot of money off of it, and they had good foresight to buy buy Twitch a couple years back. And, Amazon's been detrimental in Twitch's growth. I just hope that at some point they don't turn the tables on the content creators and
keep letting those guys get paid and do their thing. And
I feel like most of the Twitch streamer community is happy with the way the pay structure is set up, and so as long as that doesn't change, I'll continue to support it. And as much as I have a disdain for Amazon, it's the bigger umbrella is the e-commerce in general, and just the scene of that. The things that piss me off about Amazon is, look into them not paying, their 16 taxes on $16 billion worth of, revenue last year, profit, like that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff irks me. Like, why spend hundreds of millions of dollars on lawyers to skip out on $3 or $4 billion worth of taxes? Like, pay your taxes and contribute to the the society with all of us.
yeah, it's like the.
I always get here I always get this thing like, well, they employ 500,000 people and they all pay taxes. Well, employing people is not a fucking hall pass to not pay your taxes.
Yes.
Like, if I employ people in my small business, I still gotta pay taxes. Like, don't play that card. Like, just pay your taxes, man.
And that's
Like,
why
pay
it's good
taxes.
to.
Do your part.
That's why it's good to get out here and support local businesses.
All right.
Man.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like I'm even switching because I was a fucking big Starbucks junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I've switched to. There's so many local coffee shops, so many people that are fucking around here just hustling.
Killing it.
Yeah, it's support those people. So when you want to get some clothes, you can.
Here's the way I look at it, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with Starbucks, man. Starbucks are small. Like, they've lived the American dream. They've grown. But you got to remember, if you're going to Starbucks here in Spokane, you're shipping all your money to Big Brother over in Seattle, man. Like, keep your money in the community.
Yeah.
Same thing with shopping online. Shopping in town keeps our money here.
Yeah.
Like, we're taking all of our money, we're giving it to other communities, man, and it's bleeding us thin, and it's getting rid of any sort of character that our city has.
Yeah. Our city's fucking cool, man. It just, like I said, it's good.
It's cool, man. I feel like we still have a lot of a Walmart culture, though, man. Walmart is what happens when you try to be everything to everybody, and you end up being nothing to nobody.
Yeah. You end up being a store where people are literally walking around barefoot, and I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I don't step foot in that shit. Like, trust me. Like, everyone, like, just go there. Like, you save some money. Like, fuck that, man. I'd rather. Money's not everything, man. Money's not everything. Like,
that's the thing I love about Kingsley and Scout from a personal, not to gas anything up, but for me personally, when I go in there, it's a fucking friendship, dude. When you go in and people know your name, and there's dope clothes, and there's other dope elements to it too that I will not disclose. You must go in and find out for yourself.
Thank you. We I think what you're describing is, the experience. Like, you can sit on your toilet at your house and take a shit and buy everything that's in my store.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to come in. That's not what people come in, man. Like, the one thing that we can do that the internet can't do is that experience.
Yeah.
You know, it can't shake your hand. It can't thank you for your purchase. It can't be your homie. Like, it's just there. And I think at some point, the youth in America and the world is going to realize that convenience isn't everything,
Mm-mm.
and that it's fun to get out and shop
Yeah,
around and
convenience
have an
ruins a
afternoon.
lot of stuff, man.
Oh, 100%, man. So, you know, obviously we do put time into our product, and we spend a lot of time into, you know, curating the objects that we have and stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, we know we are nothing without our clients, and that has got to be our number one priority. And I'm not a money-driven person. You know, I've had money. I've, you know, had the nice house and the cars and shit, man. And
the unhappiness.
yeah, and the unhappiness
comes
that goes
with all
along
the
with that comes
fucking-
with it, man.
yeah.
And I'm like, full disclosure, I'm poor as shit these days, but I'm so much happier working for myself. And you know, sure, yeah, having a little bit more money would be nice, and it's gonna be welcomed to an extent. But I'm not driven by money, and I don't make my business decisions based on money. Well, some of them I do, and my business partner does 100%, and so we play that game.
Good to have that balance.
Yeah. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is I know that if I do the right things, eventually the money will come.
Beautiful. So, you know,
It's got to be character driven, just like anything else in life. You know, we trust our customers. We value them. We do what we say we're gonna do. We're open when we say we're gonna do. Like, you just got to be a person of your word, man. Because at the end of the day, man, that's all we got.
I just think there's a lot of people in this town that don't know about Kingsley and Scout. So tell people where they can find you.
Kingsley and Scout is located at 2810 North Monroe in beautiful Spokane, Washington, 99205. Our phone number is 509-251-7781. Call me personally if you have any sort of questions, comments, or answers. I'm more than happy to spend time with you. Hit us up online if you need to at info@Kingsley and Scout for any business inquiries. We are open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday and Wednesday 10 to 5, Thursday, Friday, Saturday 11 to 7. Thursday's Dollar Beer Day, by the way.
Fuck
and
yeah.
hopefully that didn't give up a little bit of some of the secrets that we got on there, but we do have a Dollar Beer Day.
Yeah, take that for what it is. We're here drinking beers.
Oh, Instagram, man. We'd love to shoot our own content. Anything that's in the store, we take our own photos of. So if you're going to do anything besides come into Kingsley and Scout, I ask you to follow us on Instagram, which is at Kingsley_and_Scout.
What about Facebook? Are
Look
you
for
on
my
there?
ugly mug. We are on Facebook.
For all my older folks.
I do forget to post some stuff on there sometimes, and it's a little harder to stay organized. If you want the full visual experience, I think Instagram does the best thing for our creative purposes.
Cool. Dude, this is fucking fun. I appreciate you.
Are we done?
We're done, dude. This is it.
We out of time?
We're out of time.
Now we have 5 more minutes.
Maybe we do.
We get one more in?
Yeah.
Quick one.
Yeah,
You got
quick one.
anything- You got anything else that we didn't cover?
Favorite artist in Spokane right now?
No, I don't do favorites, bro.
Okay, top 5. Oh, no, he doesn't like to single people out. But how about? But I mean, there's bands.
Bro, I'm a public person, man. I gotta stay neutral on certain things. Local stuff I'm into lately, obviously Change of Matisse. My boy TS, The Solution, is
Dude.
the homie.
Have you heard his new song?
Yes, I have.
It's fucking dope, dude.
He.
He's always got the
What I
vibes.
love about TS, man, is his character and his commitment to his family and the things that matter in life. Like, I really respect and look up to the man, and so he's one of my favorites. I love the homies in Indian Goat. I know, like,
Dude, they
that's
get the
not some
fucking
hip-hop shit,
No, they
but
get the shit fucking
some
cracking.
two-piece hardcore, not hardcore, just good old American rock and roll
And it's a
music.
spectacle, dude. Live,
Oh yeah, it's great.
it's great. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to that new Tool album on August 30th. To be completely
That's
honest,
right. I
with
heard
you.
about that. Me and my buddy were talking about that. He's
If you're looking for something
huge Tool
odd
fan.
and you like the weird music, it's summertime, so I'm vibing with this 90s band called Stereo Lab a lot, which I've been listening to for 20 years. That's a go-to band.
Yeah, never heard them. They're local or no?
No, French 90s. It's
French 90s.
It's
Gotta check that out.
is the rebirth of electronic music in a modern era at the time, but with a French twist. They have 2 female singers. It's vibey, bro. Go on Spotify, check out Stereolab. Just hit their playlist, dude. It is like the summer jams, bro. Like, if I were a beat maker right now, I would be stealing every single piece of their music because it is just it's it.
Because they got the dope little samples that you could take and shit.
We don't label music, so just go listen to it, man. If you're looking for something new and vibey for summertime, it's great. But I really, 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 really appreciate you spend the time doing this podcast, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to been working on these projects and more in the future, bro.
Dude, I'm glad that everybody could kind of get to know who you are and what you're all about and your business.
I want to do another one, man. It's not one and done on this podcast, right?
Not at all. This is just.
I don't even feel like we scraped anything good.
Barely.
Like we didn't even hit any of the real juicy
Barely,
stuff.
dude.
All right, well, make sure I'm on here again soon, man. I had a blast. That was a way too quick hour.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, guys. Happy to be here. ExZac Change, Nick Lewis, Kingsley and
let's go.
Scout. Check them the fuck out. We're out of here. Peace.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Boom, boom. Whoop-dee, whoop. I'm gonna be a sunny day. While my friends are all urinating and I'm sitting out here on the porch watching people pass, looking at me like, how the fuck did you get in here with a beer? And the place says it's not open yet to us. I don't know if this audio is still recording, but if it is, here's a little bit of extra thumb for you, you know?